Hi everyone, this is Brendan from LemWatch, and today we're talking about common uptime robot mistakes that quietly weaken your monitoring and what to do instead. Uptime robot is simple. That's one of its biggest strengths. But that simplicity also means that teams often configure it quickly and incorrectly. Monitoring only works if it's intentional. It doesn't work if you end up with false confidence, alert fatigue, or even worse, missed downtime. So let's break down the most common mistakes. Number one, and this really is the most common one, teams monitor the actual domain itself, and they stop there. Why does this happen? Really because it's fast and it feels complete. But here's the problem. Your homepage being up doesn't mean your login page works, or your checkout works, or your API, or even your dashboard loads. Revenue critical parts can fail while your uptime stays green. The consequences thereof is the customers experience issues. You don't get alerted, and the trust drops before you even know that there is a problem. But the fix is simple. You can monitor critical endpoints and not just the root domain. When you go and add new monitors, you actually monitor your login URLs, checkout pages, go there, API monitoring, and your high traffic landing pages. Think of it in terms of a journey, not just URL. Your monitoring should mirror how your users interact with your product. Therefore, you can see at which style the process, if and when you are failing. The second mistake can be over alerting. By default, some triggers alerts on the first fail check. Is that a temporary blip? You get then notified. Is it a short DNS issue? You get notified. What happens? Your team starts ignoring alerts because they're superficial. And once alerts are ignored, then your monitoring actually becomes useless. Why does this happen? Because there's no real retry thresholds, no escalation logic, and no environment separation. And the consequences of that is Slack noise, email overload, and desensitized teams. The fix for that mistake is set retry attempts before alerting. Separate your production from staging alerts and route critical monitors to the right people and not just to everyone in your team. The third mistake is treating uptime as a full observability. And that mistake is expectation. Yes, Uptime Robot checks availability, but it does not deeply diagnose things like performance degradation, database strain, and infrastructure bottlenecks. Teams sometimes assume that green equals healthy. It always doesn't. You need to understand the tool's boundary. It's an uptime monitor, not a full observability suite. The fix for that is pair uptime monitoring with your performance tracking. At a minimum, use keyword monitoring for light functionality checks. Combine with performance tools if needed, and review downtime trends every month. Your monitoring should evolve as your system grows. For context, this is how we do this in LemWatch, which is the tool we use ourselves. In LemWatch, we focus on structured monitoring. Not just is it up, but actually clear grouping of assets, defined ownership, actionable alert workflows, and visibility across environments. The goal here is to reduce blind spots and reduce chaos when something actually breaks. Monitoring only works if your response is structured and intentional. Uptime Robot is a strong uptime tool when it's configured properly. But if you're thinking about basic availability and structured oversight as you scale, you may want something that's more operational. If you want to see this approach in full, LemWatch is linked below.